Hello and welcome back, it's Repulsive Raccoon, aka your favorite trash panda. Today we're going to be doing another Asgard's Fall Viking Survivors video, and today we are going to be playing the Huntress. We recently got her unlocked. I've done about a run or two just to farm up some of our war paints. These are our current upgrades on her. These are the current negatives we are going with. We are going with reduced heal efficiency just because we don't need the heal very often as long as we don't get hit. But we're going with plus 50% enemy spawn count just so we level up a bit more. And here are our stats for all our war paints we've acquired so far. I'll just let it sit here for a second if you want to pause the video. With that being said, we are going to be attempting World 2 today, and if you find yourself enjoying this content, be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as it's greatly appreciated. But let's get right into it. So the first thing we're doing is we're just going to explore the map and track down all the altars. There's 5 of them in total. For our build, I'm not entirely sure what I want to go for right now, but our auto attack applying poison is pretty nice. Let's see. And there's a legendary flat damage. We will gladly take that. And we currently have 3 of the 5 altars already. I'll call in some ravens. This character, I feel like their primary focus is on the summons. So anything that gives us more summons is what we want to try to go for. I don't have a lot of stats increasing our summons for right now, but that's okay. 20 max health is nice. I'll re-roll this. Hopefully I get something good on this last re-roll. I'll just take frontline for now. Close enemies take 50% more physical damage. So hopefully that applies to our summons. Maybe it's based on where the summon is when they hit the enemy, not necessarily me. If it's based on me, I don't think we'll see that 50% damage bonus, but that's okay. Still a little sick, so sorry if I sound a little bit funny. Trying to get over it. There's a Ballista and Ride of Valkyries. We'll take the Ballista for now. Both very good abilities. I'm just a really big fan of the Ballista, just putting it down and shooting massive arrows. I would say that the Ballista, this is plus 3 dash amount. I don't think we can give that up. And just kind of spam dashes now. But the Ballista is definitely more of a kind of boss slayer. It's really good for AoE as well, don't get me wrong. But compared to the Ride of Valkyries, in a single target setting, the Ballista I feel like just outperforms it. I'll re-roll here. We'll get the damage increase on the Ballista. Trying to use my re-rolls to stay away from those common upgrades. Not entirely sure if I got all the altars or not. There's some chill chance. Not gonna take that. We gain 100% damage, but take 100% more when standing. Not gonna take that. There's just 5% flat crit chance. And here is our last altar. I felt like I was missing one, and there we go. We got 1% crit from it. Not huge, but it is still free stats. I'll re-roll this. I'll re-roll one more time. I'll re-roll one more time. And this is a bit unfortunate. It's a Molten Trap. Summons Fury Volcanoes. I'll take the fiery rune here. I was hoping to just take all the physical skills. Got a little bit greedy and tried re-rolling again. Ended up biting us there. We'll take the flat damage increase. But it's not the end of the world. I'll re-roll this. I'll re-roll again. Go for damage increase on the ballista. You definitely want to try getting as many amounts on the ballista as we can, just to spawn in more of them. I'll reroll one more time, and there is the legendary attack speed. Very nice. Makes all our skills cast faster, so we will never say no to that. We will take the Hammer of Righteous here. For our last physical skill, not entirely sure what we're going to go with. At least try to go with. The Dagger Throw. Physical attacks have a 3% chance to reduce the remaining cooldown of all abilities. Well, definitely take that. That's kind of why you want to stick to a theme, is if you get stuff like that. Our now Fiery Rune is not assisting with proccing that at all, but that's okay. Got a magnet there. We do have the Rite of Valkyries. I'll take it. It's a summon and physical damage. Triggering your weapon's attack reduces a random cooldown of ability. We will gladly take that as well, just because we are attacking bots. We'll take the legendary cooldown for Rite of Valkyries. So hopefully we start kind of chaining our skills together here. We'll take movement speed just to trigger that warrior's momentum. Then we got to look at working on our overall damage. We're not doing too bad right now, but some of these enemies are just taking a little bit long to kill. And we will take the legendary amount for Rite of Valkyries. And we got what looks to be a bunch of snowballs bouncing at us. Looks like we're able to kind of handle them, so we'll kind of just sit here, farm up the XP. I'll reroll. Increased fire damage, we don't need that. Dodge chance, we don't want that. I'll take the critical damage multiplier. It's not the best, but it's more damage. Only if we crit, though. Thankfully, we have a decent amount of chance to crit. I say that, but I believe it's only like 10. It's between 10 and 20% right now. It's a common, but it is another ballista, so we'll take it. And because of all these status effects we're putting on the enemies, maybe we get the purple knot that instantly procs these status effects. That would be pretty nice. Max health is legendary. We'll take it. We are looking for either attack speed, crit chance, or crit damage, though, just to amplify our damage a little bit more. There is a legendary damage increase on Rite of Valkyries. It helps out nicely with this, with its AoE, kind of clears out a bunch of these enemies pretty easily. As you can see, the Valkyries just riding through, utterly obliterating them. I guess we'll take the legendary Ignite chance here. And a double dip into our Fiery Rune and everything else. Since it is an 8% chance and we're attacking so much, we should have an easy time kind of applying the burn to enemies. Go for the purple damage increase on Ballista. But as you can see, some of these tankier enemies end up getting like 4 debuffs on them. They end up getting the Chill, Poison, Bleed, and Slow. I said Chill already. There's one more that I'm... Oh, Fire. There we go, Ignite. Well, I didn't mean to double-click the reroll there. Hopefully we didn't lose out on anything really good. Solo Legendary in there, but that's okay. And I guess we'll go for more Ignite chance. Used up pretty much all our rerolls there just because of a misclick, but it happens. I'll take more amount on the hammers that rotate around us. And just farming up until we hit that 10-minute mark where we fight our first mini boss. More fire damage is not what we want. Here's 3% crit chance. We'll take that. A magnet right about now would also be pretty nice. Just to collect up all this XP. I'll get the damage increase on our basic attack. Because I feel like it has been putting in a lot of work for us. And there is a magnet. Perfect timing. I will take the bleed chance. Here's a legendary damage for the Ballista. So as of right now, we have so much damage on them, we are only going to be going for a mount. Just because we only have a few upgrades left for them. Plus it's another legendary damage, and then we'll probably take that. Here's a legendary crit chance. Apparently there are mythic upgrades as well, though obviously very rare. It's kind of interesting to think about how big of an upgrade those actually are. Because the legendaries already feel absolutely insane to get. We have 1 minute left till the first mini-boss. I'll reroll one more time, and there is 2 more ballistas. Very nice. Used up most of our rerolls there, but got what we wanted. Hopefully we can level up again before we fight the mini-boss. We should be able to. At least the time of the status effects is interesting, but 20% attack speed is just way better in my opinion. Especially if we go with the one that immediately ignites the status effects, then we don't really care about the duration on it. Gonna get into a kind of open-ish area for this boss. And we're gonna be figuring out, it is another hunter. So who is the better hunter between the two? Long answer question. With this boss, she has a kind of undodgeable attack that you need to be standing behind these pillars for. If you don't, that attack she does, that straight line attack, will always hit you. At least when I've been doing a little bit of testing runs, it seems to be that way. And when you stand behind the pillar, the attack turns green instead of red, indicating that you are safe from the attack. So just a tip, if you find yourself just being utterly obliterated by that attack, you gotta make sure you are standing behind those pillars. And there's a purple amount for our ballistas. And we are putting in work against these enemies. There's so many of them, but that's okay. We just level up more as a result. 22% physical damage. And we are just flying through these level upgrades. Here's a purple rune. I'll take the legendary amount of fire rune. I don't know how much work it's putting in for us, but it's okay. And these enemies are kind of aggroed onto our bear for us. When they spawn in, they're running to him instead of me, which is nice. 100% node multiplier. I'm going to throw that on the attack speed. That one attack speed node is giving us 40% now. And there's a magnet for us. I'll take the legendary damage increase for Rite of Valkyries. Another 25% physical damage increase. Sounds pretty good. So far, I do think the different bosses are really cool. Even the mini-bosses, they all kind of have different mechanics to them. We'll reroll. I'll reroll a few times. They're all legendary. So hopefully we can get a mount on the ballista. We're unfortunately not able to. That's okay. We'll just get Pierce on our main weapon. Yeah, all the different bosses having different mechanics to learn is really cool in my opinion. So it's not like you can use the same strategy against every single one of them. This is also only the second world. I believe there is 9 in total. So interesting to see how insane the builds become and like how difficult the worlds are. Because even for World 2, if you mess up with that mini-boss, it's pretty much run over if you don't know the mechanic. We'll go with the damage here. Want to make sure we are leaving room more purples, knots of powers if we get them. Nice thing now is because of the way our web is set up, the moment we slot a knot of power, it just immediately activates. Still looking for a mount on the ballistas, but that's okay. We'll go for more cooldown on the Rite of Valkyries. We got another upgrade here. We're gonna just take the legendary attack speed. And we're almost at the 15-minute mark. Almost level 50 as well. I definitely think with the blood sacrifice, taking the 50% enemy amount is always worth it. You're just able to scale up so much higher because of it. And there's a legendary ballista amount, thankfully. Now have 11 of those. I think I can get 1 or 2 more upgrades on the ballista. Hopefully both of them are amounts. And as you can see, we have an entire fortress setup of ballistas. Probably my favorite skill in the entire game. And with the Huntress, we don't even have a lot of her level ups yet, but on her talent tree, she gives a lot of summon damage bonus, which would apply to the ballistas. It's just so fun shooting all these arrows. A 150% node. We'll put that on our crit damage one. Giving us 82% crit damage. Very nice. I wonder if you are limited in how many knots of powers you're able to put on. I just haven't seen one in a second. Might do some rerolls for that. But we still want to make sure we get all our ballista upgrades done. And there we go, another legendary mount for the ballista. So the ballista is fully upgraded, so we no longer have to worry about that. Take the magnet here. Yeah, so we have 3 knots of power. And it does not... Okay, so we can still get some more of the purple ones, which is very nice. Physical attacks have a chance to generate a stacking buff for attack speed. Oh, that sounds pretty good. And if I put it here, it's immediately activated. And we will take a mount on fiery runes. And now, as long as we don't take damage, we are going to have an insane attack speed buff. The only other purple one that I would want is to ignite all our status effects immediately, so I'm going to save my rerolls and see if we can get that one. And as you can see, our attack speed, the amount of arrows we are sending out is becoming rather disgusting. 250 increases. Or more crit chance. We get more attack speed or more crit chance. I do think I am going to slot the crit chance, because that's going to equal a lot more damage with our attack speed. And we are absolutely annihilating the enemies at this point. We are past level 50 now, almost level 52. The heroic port, just bonus kind of materials for upgrading stuff. I'll take it. No harm in getting more of that. So all these materials are actually how you upgrade your war paints. So if you get one with a stat you don't like, you can reroll the stat. You can upgrade the stat to different tiers. You can reroll the amount of the stat. I'll probably showcase that in a different video. But it is a pretty cool system, so you can kind of mix and match builds. Where if you get a war paint that has like 2 out of 3 stats you want, you can kind of just reroll that 3rd stat. There's a limit to it though, so you can't just spam it. And look at all these poison arrows just being sent out of our bows. I'm going to see if I can get that purple. If not, that's okay. I'll just get more crit strike chance. And at this point, I'll probably end up stacking more crit damage. We should hit around level 55 before the final boss. We have about a minute left. I'll take damage increase of my auto just because of how fast we are firing this thing. One-shotting a lot of the enemies. Because it looks like every 3 attacks we do, we send out 3 projectiles, but that is happening so often as of right now. Doesn't look like a lot of our other abilities are actually getting to hit the enemy, it's just our auto attack. And then all our abilities, because of how high our attack speed is just absolutely popping off. If we get a magnet before this final boss, we might be able to level up again, but if not, I don't think we'll be able to. Trying to gather as much XP as possible, that's kind of left around the map. But here's the final boss. Let's see how fast we are able to melt this guy. And we are absolutely chugging through his HP. It's less than half HP. He got 1 attack off. And he is dead. And there's all our war paints. He got 1 attack off before he ended up dying. So we ended up scaling up really easily. Our ballista dealing 23, almost 24 million damage. Our Rite of Valkyries dealing 7 million, and our auto attack dealing 5. The other ones were not doing a whole lot of damage. Our companions not dealing a whole lot of damage, and neither were the hammers, the fiery runes, and Hugin and Moon. But that is World 2 complete. We got more stuff for our blood sacrifice, and World 3 is going to be Muspelheim. I'm probably saying that wrong. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later. Have a good one, and take care.